Welcome to Ticking All the Boxes. Look at the Manikato Stakes at Moonee Valley on Friday night, where we're going to weigh up the credentials of the runners in the Group 1 sprint. Weight for age, 1200 metres. The rail's going to be in the true position. We're doing the preview at Wednesday afternoon and the tracks are dead full.
Yeah,
Nick?
and it's a bit overcast here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit overcast in Melbourne.
We could get a bit of rain.
Yeah, so, all right, our prices for the race, courtesy of Sportsbet, since the barrier draw. We've had Buffering Firm from $2.10 into $2. Temple of Booms 21 to 26. We're going to rock 12. Ready to Rip 17 to 19. Bell Sprinter 15. Mental 15 to 13. Sea Siren 550 to 6. Hallowell Bells had support 21 into 19. $51 Satin Shoes, $7 Lone Rock.
Right.
How do you reckon this is going to be run? Let's look at Buffering first. Let's have a look at the favourite. You're not tipping him, I know that. I'm not tipping him.
Barrier 1's a problem just because I think he's got to get hunted up too much. In saying that though, mate, after we had that discussion before, he's a horse that races best when you just dig him along. So that's the way he races best, so it mightn't be that bad. But
can I just say this about Buffering? Go back 2 runs. Right, he drew barrier 1 or 2 that day, and I remember doing the preview in Sydney. We mentioned we were concerned about that draw.
Yep.
Because he'd be forced to do a lot of work, which he was. And let's be honest, Ready to Rip probably should have beaten him that day. All right, he sort of Buffering half missed a kick, and he had to drive him and drive him and drive him, and then Ready to Rip got held up, got out late, charged, got beaten a half neck. Go back. I'm drawing a bit of a bow here, but another disappointment. Well, not that run was disappointing from Buffering in the Moya because he was first up, but go back last prep, and he ran 4th. He put in a plain run, and it was at the Valley.
It was in this. It was the.
It might have been in the.
It was
Manikato.
It was
12 months ago, actually.
Well, 12 months ago in the Manikato, he was beaten 5 lengths, ran 4th, and on a Friday night earlier this year, when Fox Wedge beat Haylist, he ran 3rd, but he was comfortably beaten. So the night racing.
So the night, I've got a bit of a theory that he's not a night racer.
But maybe not.
He don't have the night goggles on.
No, maybe not.
And I can't go near even money here from barrier 1. I think the barrier is a massive trap, especially when you've got horses that begin very fast, like Sea Siren. She's come out like a absolute flying machine a couple of times out of the gates, and Hallowell Bell,
Satin Shoes.
There's only one way they're going to ride her. Satin Shoes, another one. I think he's a real danger of being put into a really awkward spot here, and at even money. Oh, no, thank you.
Well, you either get Satin Shoes coming across and leading.
I don't think Satin Shoes will want to lead. I think Hallowell Bell will be, but if Satin Shoes, if Sea Siren comes out quickly. Yeah,
they might go.
They're going to cross. He's the main danger in the betting to them, so they're not going to, just wait for him to storm up the inside. And if he does want to get up the inside, he's going to have to spend plenty of juice. Well,
yeah, mate. The point I was going to say is that you got Hallowell Bell, Satin Shoes, and Sea Siren, the 3 you pointed out. I reckon 2 of them will go to the front if they can cross Buffering, and the other one, the 3rd one out of those 3, will sit on his outside and dictate him.
Now look where he is. We've got Hallowell Bell, Sea Siren, then
Satin Shoes.
Satin Shoes. So Sea Siren comes out, but if Hallowell Bell holds underneath, Jimmy's not going to want to be trapped 3 deep on Sea Siren. All of a sudden, we're really working, and Huey he's being dictated to, so he has to keep coming because he doesn't want to be 3rd fence at Moonee Valley over 1200 on the back of Hallowell Bell.
No, not at all.
Oh, gee whiz, at even money, no thanks, not for me. What do you think?
Look, I've had mate. It does stink of setting up for something to swoop, and they can do that sometimes in these sprint races. And certainly when we're just talking about Fox Wedge, he didn't get back, but he sat off the pace that night when he upset Haylist, who looked immoral in the whatever the race was earlier this year. Mate, as you know, I've had something on Mental and Hallowell Bell. Start with Mental. X-factor horse in this race without a shadow of a doubt. He's the one, obviously apart from maybe Sea Siren, but he's the one who we haven't seen enough of yet at this type of level.
He's
he's terribly weighted.
Well, this is not the race I expect to see this horse kick off.
But, and you know the stable better than just about anyone, but they wouldn't be putting him in this race unless they thought he was ready to go.
I think that's the key to an extent. When you had that race last week, over 1100 as a handicap,
yep.
I think you've got to look at this and say, well, hang on, Peter Snowden's running a horse that's gee whiz, he doesn't. His record doesn't say he's a weight for age horse, but he's running him in a weight for age race. I know it probably ties into where he's going, but he's still not one to throw him in 20 grades above what they're capable of. So I think you've got to respect that. There's been support. He is one of mine, this horse.
Yep.
He's been one of mine for a while. He goes great fresh. I think barrier 9's a plus.
Yep. So do I, especially with Kieran on, because he rides a lot better from the outside than the inside.
Well, I just think it's not about the jockey here for me. It's about the horse. I think he wants to be out there just rolling and keeping, because when he hits top gear, he can fly.
Yeah. And he won that first up race at Hawkesbury. I know it was a benchmark 85, a long way from Manikato Stakes, but it showed that he handled that tight bend there very well. And I think that could be a key as well for Moonee.
No, he had 54 against Scumpers, mate.
Yeah, I know he did. But he just tracked up around the bend. He tracked on that bend. I watched him that day.
So, look, at the $15, $18 that we bet, I'm on there. I don't want to be backing him if he gets in towards $10 because I don't think he's value.
No.
I think a horse that's got a great hope is Lone Rock, the mare down the bottom, Robert Smurden's horse. You couldn't have missed her in the Caulfield, in the Scalacci. She got beaten 3.7. She should have been right up there with buffering. He found more dead ends in the straight than what there were. It was just everywhere, every move Mark Zahra made, the gap closed as he got there. It was just cruel because she should have been right there with them.
Okay.
She's been well supported in this race for the last few weeks, which says she's going very well. She's proven at Group 1 level. She finished right on Buffering's hammer in that race at the William Reid earlier this year.
The William Reid, that was it.
Winner at the track, winner over the distance, $7. I think she's a Group 1 sprinter, so I think she's got a really good hope at the $7.
Okay.
She's the one to beat, but I'll be cheering mental.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be cheering mental. Very much so.
I'll be going mental if mental storms down the outside.
Yeah, without doubt. And look, I'm not ruling out Halliwell Bell. I think she's actually drawn really, really well in this race with what we spoke about before because she's in between Buffering and those other two on her outside. So Nash can go forward and probably take the lead if that's what he wants to do. If the other two want to come across and go mad, he's going to end up in a one-out, one-back spot, which is ideal for her.
I think the other horse that's a bit awkwardly drawn is Bell Sprinter because he gets back from the two on the fence.
And he's just a horse.
He does go well here, but no, mate, I reckon he just runs with this track, but he just doesn't strike me as a weight for age horse.
And he's just a risk, isn't he?
Well, he just doesn't strike me as a weight for age horse, personally. Little Satin Shoes is going better than a $52 chance, $51 chance.
So she's going enormous.
Going good. She's going well, but Lone Rock, the horse to beat for me. Don't want to borrow Buffering at the even money from Barrier 1. And I'll be cheering mental. Yeah.
I'll be going mental with you.
And you're on Halliwell Bell.
And Halliwell Bell, I've got a saver on her too.
All right.